From the very dawn of humanity, people have looked up to the stars, the trees, or sometimes, noodles, cue a spaghetti strand dangling from the sky searching for meaning. And in that search, humans have invented some truly unique ways to find purpose, comfort, and yes, even humor. Welcome to the world of parody religions, a place where faith meets satire, and worship can involve pirates, lightsabers, and pink unicorns. These religions are all about challenging norms, poking fun, and, surprisingly, bringing people together. Today, we'll explore some of the most famous parody religions, from the flying spaghetti monster to Dudeism. Grab your colander hats, get comfy, and let's dive in. Our journey begins with one of the most infamous parody religions out there, Pastafarianism, yes, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. In 2005, a man named Bobby Henderson wrote an open letter to the Kansas State Board of Education. His message? If schools were going to teach intelligent design, why not include the theory that the universe was created by a giant flying spaghetti monster? Pastafarianism may look ridiculous with its noodly deity and ceremonies involving pasta, but its followers see it as a protest against mixing religion with education. Pastafarians have real-world legal battles, and in some countries, they're even allowed to wear colanders and ID photos. So, is it satire or something deeper? This religion shows that sometimes, humor can be a powerful way to question the status quo. With a set of commandments called the 8 I'd Really Rather You Didn't, the religion encourages tolerance, kindness, and noodle appreciation. This whole concept may sound absurd, but it's had real impact. Pastafarianism has been officially recognized in a few countries, sparking debates about religious freedom. Maybe there's a message in the madness? Next up, we have something that takes absurdity to an entirely new level, the Church of the SubGenius. Created in the 1950s by Ivan Stang and Philo Drummond, this movement is about as far from conventional as you can get. The church's motto? Eternal salvation, or triple your money back. Meet Bob Dobbs, the church's fictional saint, with his trademark pipe and salesman's grin. According to the church, Bob Dobbs is a prophet of slack, a state of ultimate freedom and peace that all members strive for. In the SubGenius worldview, society is a sham, rules are meant to be broken, and the normals, the rest of us, are just too focused on productivity to understand the beauty of slack. And yes, this church holds real events where people gather in elaborate costumes, worshipping slack and rebelling against the conspiracy. The Church of the SubGenius is all about questioning everything society holds dear. It's ironic, rebellious, and deeply, deeply bizarre, but in a world where everyone's chasing success, maybe there's something enlightening about aiming for a little slack. The church encourages us to laugh at the absurdity of modern life and never take things too seriously. Next, we dive into a belief that's as whimsical as it is invisible. The invisible pink unicorn is exactly what it sounds like, a unicorn that is both pink and invisible. While this might seem contradictory, that's the point. It's a clever way of critiquing religious beliefs that aren't supported by evidence. Created as a parody deity, the invisible pink unicorn has its own followers and its own set of logical paradoxes that challenge the idea of believing in the unseen. In their humorous world, IPU believers argue that they know the unicorn is both pink and invisible and invite others to see how silly some assumptions about divine entities can be. They even have bumper stickers reading "She's pink, she's invisible, she loves you." Although the invisible pink unicorn is a joke, it's also a reminder of how belief systems can sometimes lean on paradox. While it may seem absurd, there's something strangely freeing in embracing a concept that's purely imaginative. Now, let's lighten things up with the first Church of the Last Laugh. Founded in the 1970s by Ed Holmes, also known as Bishop Joey, this church celebrates humor as a sacred force. Its main event, the Stupid's Day Parade, is held every April Fool's Day in San Francisco, where thousands march in ridiculous costumes, challenging the seriousness of, well, everything. This church is all about finding joy in absurdity and seeing humor as something sacred. The parades poke fun at everything from corporate culture to politics, often in an over-the-top fashion. While it's not your traditional kind of worship, followers say it brings them a sense of freedom, community, and laughter that feels downright spiritual. For those who feel a connection to the Force, there's Jediism, inspired by the Jedi Order from Star Wars. While originally a fandom, Jediism has blossomed into a real philosophy with its own principles, rooted in kindness, compassion, and a search for balance. Jedeists look up to Yoda and Obi-Wan as spiritual teachers, and they follow the Jedi Code to better themselves and society. And no, they don't believe they can actually levitate things with the Force, at least, most don't. Jediism grew so popular that in some countries, people listed Jedi as their religion on the census. And while it may have started as a joke, Jediism now has communities worldwide, focusing on meditation, personal growth, and a commitment to doing good. Lastly, for anyone tired of modern life stress, there's the Church of the Latter-day Dude. Founded in 2005, Dudeism preaches the gospel of the dude, the laid-back hero of the Big Lebowski. Dudeism is all about taking it easy, finding happiness in simplicity, and abiding in the chaos of life without getting wrapped up in it. Dudeism's sacred texts include the Tao of the Dude and the Dude De Ching, and they even officiate real weddings. To a Dudeist, life's too short for stress and conflict. So, next time you're overwhelmed, just ask yourself, what would the dude do? And, more often than not, the answer is, just take it easy. So, what did we learn today? That sometimes, life is a bit absurd. And maybe it should be. Parody religions remind us to question, to laugh, and to find meaning on our own terms. Whether you're worshipping a flying spaghetti monster or just abiding, maybe there's something divine in embracing the weirdness. And there you have it, the wonderfully weird world of parody religions. If you've made it all the way to the end, then you, my friend, are a true seeker of slack and spaghetti. Now, here's the deal, if you want a part 2 where we dive even deeper into more mind-bending and hilarious belief systems, all we need is 2,000 likes. So don't just watch, like, share, and subscribe. And hey, we love you. Thanks for being part of this amazing community.